Let's get started, folks. We are playing some Jeskai Blade today. Not an archetype that I have a lot of experience in. I am not a lightning bolt mage, nor am I a snapcaster mage. Just not really my parts of the color pie. Really like white spells, obviously. Dabble in like black spells, but you know, blue, red, really not spells stuff. Really not my cup of tea as much. But I don't know. One of my friends posted this 5-0 list in one of my group chats, and I was pretty into it. Should update Cardboard Live here. Okay, cool. Anyway, I like most of this list. I had one concern that I guess we'll find out. I'm really lazy and bad at mana bases, but my main concern is that I don't think this mana base is very good at all. The original said 4 Arid Mesas, but I threw in an extra Flooded Strand because I owned 3, so I had to borrow less from Card Hoarder. But like 4 Inspiring Vantage, 4 Arid Mesa, 2 Sacred Foundry in your like blue-white splash lightning bolt deck just made no sense to me mana base wise. I feel like that's like super wrong. Like we should be playing more like Spire Bluff Canals or Seachrome Coast or whatever. Like at least Inspiring Vantage casts like your turn 1 Giver of Runes or whatever, but I don't know. This mana base seems like it could definitely use some work, but I hate working with mana bases. It's not really my thing. I'm very bad at it. So when I steal a list from a 5-0 thing that I like, generally I try to leave the tweaks to a minimum. Because, I don't know, the rest of this deck looks pretty sweet. I'm into like playing a lot more creatures. That's the one thing that attracted me to this build. I think I mentioned on some previous streams, I was trying to build like a creature-based blue-white blade deck because I think the control-based ones just aren't really panning out that well. But I really like, you know, Giver, Stoneforge, Geist, Spellqueller, Resto, that sort of thing. And even Snapcaster in this deck, we're not flashing back Cryptic Commands or Mana Leaks, right? The Snapcaster Mage is an extremely like, aggressive card in this deck. We're flashing back Lightning Bolts, Lightning Helixes, like maybe some Paths or whatever, maybe just an Optic Cantrip or whatever, but like this deck is like obviously a very more aggressive tempo-y slant on the blue-white X archetype, which I think I'm a lot more into. I'm a lot more my cup of tea than just sitting and holding up Cryptic Command for 9,000 turns. Just not really my my style of Magic. But other than that, just basic. We're not playing a sort of Fire Knights. I just realized that. That seems weird to me. Just Batterskull and Feast of Famine, huh? Obviously, Batterskull's always in the Stoneforge lists, obviously. Feast of Famine, very good in these instant speed-heavy decks. You can, like, 4 mana, put in the sword, equip it to your other thing, attack, untap, and like hold up your Spellqueller or your Restoration Angel or your like Snap Bolt or whatever. So Feast of Famine has a lot to be gained from, or to be gained in these very instant speed heavy decks, as opposed to something like the blue-white Eldrazi Blade list that I've been messing around with. A deck that I think utilizes Feast of Famine a lot as well. But yeah, no Fire Knight seems kind of weird. But, I don't know. Don't really know what I would cut. Like, I don't know, just some, like, random piddling card in here. Like a Spell Pierce or an Opt or a... Yeah, no, all the other cards seem like kind of important. But I think we'll just submit it as is. Yeah, not a lot else to say about this deck. Because, I don't know, I'm not an expert in the Modern Fields right now. Modern Fields are no man's land. Oh yeah, the playoffs are tomorrow. I'm not playing in the Modern playoffs. Wait, is this one tomorrow? Yeah. Not playing in the Modern playoffs. I don't have enough points because I just started playing Modern again. Maybe I might play in the 4th quarter playoffs. We'll see. Modern, Jeskai Blade, yeah, we're good. Alright, let us begin. really thirsty. I should have grabbed water before I came onto the stream. Maybe I'll go do that between rounds at some point, but for now we'll live. Alright. Have to get my brain in the modern mindset again. What's up, Lackey? How's it going? Alright, this is a hand of magic cards. Yeah, this seems like a good hand of magic cards. Snapcaster Mage, not very good here, but you know. Modern mindset. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Looking like Give Her into Stoneforge is like a nuts curve. But Give Her into Stoneforge and a Geist too. Just like bonkers. If we're playing a fair matchup, obviously. A little bit more concerned if my opponent's doing some bullshit over there. Not much this deck has the way in fighting bullshit game 1, though. You just have, like, some spell quellers. Oh, no, my opponent's up to bullshit. Dang, there's a good Tron deck, too. Well, we might be dead. A spell queller. Yeah, not very good against this deck, I would say. Especially not on the draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna cast my spells and hope they're good enough. Is there any reason to fetch basic planes here? Not really. Our life total doesn't really matter in this matchup either. I think Jeskai is the best iteration of Stoneblade. I have no idea what the best iteration of Stoneblade is. There's so many Stoneblade lists. I just found this 5-0 list and I was like, hey, this looks sweet, so I'm playing it now. Literally my whole reasoning. Alright. Gonna hit him. Wait, are we gonna hit him? No, right? If they have, like... Although, what the fuck am I gonna do if they have a Karn, right? Like, if they play Karn and minus on my Stoneforge Mystic, like, we're just fucked. Even if I can... Even if they play the Karn and minus on my Giver of Runes, we're still just never beating that, right? Would I rather get in one damage? Is there, like... Did you 5-0? No, I literally have never played this list before that, like, a minute and 20 seconds ago when I registered for this league. I stole a 5-0 from someone. I stole a list from a 5-0 dump. My 5-0 was like last week with Black White Eldrazi Blade. What do I even tutor here? Like, I guess Batter Skull? It's probably more effective than sort of Feast and Famine here. Yeah, I guess we won't attack. Does this list have any, like... No, this list didn't even have, like, Field of Runes in it. We're just, like, so fucking dead to the Tron matchup, aren't we? Maybe my opponent just has Ancient Stirrings here. And, alright, well... We have one turn of Reprieve. Unless they cast, like, Oblivion Stone here. Well, we can't beat that. Seems reasonable for changes of Period, we try out Stoneform against each other once the format remembers to modernize and this list becomes trash. Yeah, this list does not have a good game plan. I think this list definitely will require some iterations to, like, beat some of, like, the random garbage in Modern. Like, this list feels very soft to Tron. Like, you could probably tweak the mana base. Like, the mana base, I think, is the most egregious error in this list, and the mana base just could at least have some, like, Field of Runes to make this matchup not complete, like, dookie. But also, like, the mana base just is egregious for other reasons. Like, I don't think 4 Inspiring Vantage is in any way the correct number. I guess I'm just gonna hit them. They're just gonna untap, play land, and pass the turn, right? And then what do I do? Put in the Batter Skull, get the Oblivion Stone crack? I guess. Yeah, no Field of Ruin. Like, 4 Inspiring Vantage in my, like, blue-white Splash Bolt deck. 3 Arid Mesa, and, like, not maxing out on the blue fetches first. Map. I mean, can't do anything. Like, map for another tower here. Oh, wow, they have a lot of Tron. Map for, like, Sanctum or something. Blast Zone. Just a random spell land. Yeah. Alright, let's force some action. A lot of blue. The trouble with blue-white, like Blade, is that a lot of blue-white players that I've seen are just saying that Blade just isn't the best way to play blue-white. Exact copying even when there's made indefensible decisions. It's mostly because I was talking about this at the beginning of the stream, but like I'm really bad at mana base building especially, and I'm extremely lazy. So I was just like, I'll just go with it. Sure. Gotta play around my stifle. Playing the format play of this weekend? I don't think so. I think I'm only playing in the Mox qualifier. Man, these Snapcasters are so fucking good in this deck. How many spells? We have like 16 spells or something, right? Is this a Geist turn? This feels like a Geist turn more than a Spell Queller turn. My opponent has 9,000 mana and I'm sitting here countering spells that cost 4 or less. Probably not. Yeah, people are just like basically jamming blue-white or jamming Stoneforge Mystics into blue-white control lists, like Legacy Stoneblade, and I just like don't think that archetype works out as nearly as well in Modern. Concede button ready. Ulamog me, Ugin me. I can't beat any of those cards. I guess this is an Ugin. Wait, is this a Ballista? All right, well, we can't beat that, but because now they just have Ulamog. People are jamming Stoneforge in every fucking deck. Yeah, exactly. People, I mean, it's a good way to try it, right? Am I just gonna attack? I don't know why I'm, like, thinking about this game as if any of my decisions matter and I'm not 100% dead. Here, let me cast my 4-drop 3/4 Flash Flyer. That'll show them. Maybe they just got like super greedy and don't have a 10th land or 10th mana. Well, that would dream was short-lived. They're 15. Our early game plan just is not good. I mean, we had like Giver into Stoneforge, which is just really good against like not random bullshit in the format. But Modern has a lot of random bullshit in the format, as it turns out. Wow, just aggressively going after my lands, huh? I guess they have the resto taken care of already with a 5/5 Ballista. We're also just dead to this Ballista next turn if we don't block it. Do we even have other blue fetch? No, we have to like actually fetch basic island here, right? Just because this mana phase has 2 Sacred Foundries in it for some reason. And one of each other fetch. Oh, nice. We can bolt them and then concede. Alright, well. At least in the sideboard we have, like, a non-zero amount of stuff to bring in. Alright, what sucks here? Imagine this is not really a Spell Queller matchup, I feel. Like, the only thing the relevant that the thing counters is, like, Oblivion Stone, right? Which we're already boarding in, like, 8 cards that can deal with Oblivion Stone, and Spell Queller is just so clunky to hold up against the deck that's, like, trying to cast Wormcoil and Karn and Ugin. What does Teferi... Does Teferi do anything? It can, like, unsummon, like, a Wormcoil. I guess, like, Helix is probably maybe one of the cuts, or at least a shave. It's just Bolt that, costs 2. Wow, this deck doesn't have, like, Stony Silence in it. We have 2 equipment, and one of them's a Batter Skull. This deck should probably be playing Stony Silence. I guess our Stony Silence is just, like, Ceremonious Prediction, like, a Shatters and stuff instead. Yeah, this list definitely was not planning to play the Tron matchup. For sure. Kind of like Resto more, at least it's like a flash threat against, like, random, like, Ugin Wraths and stuff. I mean, I guess Spellclaw kind of falls in that vein too, but I don't know. Probably, like, Shave Helixes. Spellbreeze is fine. Paths are fine. Givers, fine. Maybe we just cut these Restos too. I don't know. I think I hate Teferi more. God, this deck can barely beat a Wormcoil engine. 2 paths. We just need these fucking Teferis. Cut the Restos. Maybe we just cut all these Helixes. How many spells do we have after that? We have a lot of... We're boarding in a lot of things to, like, flashback that are good to flashback with Snapcaster Mage anyway. I'm planning to play against Tron seems quite... I mean, I'm not the deck builder. I'm here to play a sweet list and then critique the less sweet points. Yeah, that seems fine. Alright, this hand is probably good enough. We just hope they're on a map hand, and we just give her into a Braid It. We hit, like, a 3rd land to, like, cast our Geister or Sword. Like, what are we mulliganing for? Force of Negation or Ceremonious Jurisdiction specifically? It's fucking inspiring. Inspiring Vintage Arid Mesa. God, this mana base. I'm not gonna get over this fucking mana base. Come on, play a map. Coward. Time to flash in an Ambush Viper to beat down if they don't play an artifact. Oh, cool. That's my opponent just gonna natural Tron me. That's exciting. Yeah, we're gonna flash in a Ambush Viper here. Hey, we drew a land. That's good. That means we're not absolutely dead to Natural Tron. God, all these inspiring vintages. Full tilt. Like, we can Braid an Oblivion Stone before they crack it here if they, like, just play it out for some reason. Problem is that we can get Oblivion Stone pretty easily if they just wait till 8 mana. Yep. Good old Natural Tron. I think Karn doesn't do a lot here, because our thing's hexproof. They kill our Steam Vents, probably. Honestly. Yep. This is also the copycat combo in it. Wow, man, this mana base is so fucking good. Look at all these inspiring vantages. I'm so inspired. Just send Giver Snap at Karn. Gets to face. Play out Sword. Lose to Oblivion Stone. We're already not beating Oblivion Stone, so that's probably the play. Alternatively, leave it in play, deal him 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. If I only deal him 6 this turn, I have 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, don't have, I miss... Oh, no, I don't miss lethal if I play the sword, right? They Ugin me, I'm already losing, so that's fine. Yeah, I think we're just not playing around Ugin. Or Oblivion Stone. Or like land Oblivion Stone. Attack Karn. Attack Karn. Attack face. Angel attacks face. You know, beat turn 3 Karn. Unsettled Mariner. Does that work on your lands too? It works on your own face and your creatures. Does it say like any of your permanents? Getting Ugin'd? Looks like Ugin. Yep, who did? I don't think Unsettled Mariner beats Ugin, though. Yeah, this fucking mana base is so good. Arid Mesa, Vantage, Vantage, Vantage. Alright, the classic turn 3 Tron, turn 3 natural Tron Karn, Tower Ugin Stirrings for Ulamog with the second tower. Nice. Alright, both teams tried hard. Yeah, I do think that this list like has probably a like 10% Tron matchup. Like your Tron matchup is just so horrendous with this deck. This was in no way respecting Tron's existence in the format. Alright, wow, this hand sucks. Wow, this hand, that also sucks, but, like, less. Just gonna put it to Fairy at the bottom. God damn it! I hate fuck. I hate everything about my whole life. Man, this deck sucks, and I hate it. Gonna lightning helix my opponent's face. Hey, there's hope. They could be on Eldrazi Tron still, I think. Eldrazi Tron plays map, right? Take that, opponent. Have at thee. Playing around Shadow of Doubt? Is there a frequently played... Why do... Both of my opponents are like making game actions at really weird points. I guess they'd rather not lose like random bullshit that might exist. Even though there's like in no world that it does exist. Maybe they'll cast a 4 or a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. And we can technically not die to that. Oh, no, I was supposed to spell call that. Fuck. Oh, well. People want to go for F6 value much more than a legacy. That's fair. I guess it's easier to like not have to bluff anything because you have like you don't have like Force Will in your format. Oh well. I don't want your Chromatic Sphere anyway. Flash in my spell queller like an idiot. Ooh, get Path the Wormcoil. What does my Teferi do afterwards, though? I kind of just wanted them to play the Wormcoil again. I own these paths? What? I always forget that my deck, when I import a deck list, it just auto-populates everything, and I thought it would just... I guess that explains my shitty islands, too. I always forget that one. Maybe they'll just cast the Wormcoil again, and not an Ugin. Alright, cool. At least I learned how to sideboard for this one. Spell Color is actually just like better than Resto. Resto is just like 9 million mana. We just do that. Yeah, I think this this deck has the very egregious decision of tossing the Tron matchup in the dumpster, which is ambitious to say the least. I think this mana base could certainly be tweaked to just be generally less bad and not have 4 Inspiring Vantages in it. And then also be tweaked to maybe try to actually play a couple of Field of Ruin at least. Some like Stony Silence on the board maybe, or like some like more basics like a Blood Moon or something. I don't think tossing your Tron matchup in the garbage is really where you want to be in Modern. I think you want to have at least some semblance of a game plan. Feast of Famine is not the recursion one. We can't make infinite Crater Makers. It's Light and Shadow. This deck could be playing like Stony Silence at least. Alright. I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. I'm going to be disappointed by it. But I'm going to keep it. Fucking Sacred Foundry, Arid Mesa. God, I'm going to complain about this goddamn mana base this whole stream. Why are we playing a bunch of Arid Mesas and Inspiring Vantages and 2 Sacred Foundries? I swear to God, this player just, like, had Burn on Moto and, like, wanted to cheaply buy into Jeskai. So they, like, made, like, the most burn-oriented mana base for a blue-white splash bolt deck possible. 4 Mesa, 2 Foundry, 4 Vantage. Like, this player just owns Burn and didn't want to buy Flooded Strands or Tarns. It's entirely your own fault. Hey, I swapped out a single Arid Mesa for a Flooded Strand. It's only mostly my fault. Come on. Yes. I'll spell pierce literally anything. Do I want white? Or I guess I want white more, because we have a... This doesn't really matter, but... Go get a Batter Skull. Next turn we leave up Snap Pierce. Wow, we actually didn't even have Snap Pierce mana until we drew this Strand. But yeah, we can leave up Put in a Skull or Snap Pierce. Nice. Sacred Foundry, Inspiring Vantage. So we're just going to play Flooded Strand and pass the turn. I wonder if we actually wanted to get, like, Feast and Famine. I guess it depends. If we don't Snap Pierce, then Feast and Famine was the better choice. But if we do end up Snap Piercing, then... No, if we do end up Snap Piercing, then we could have untapped and then put in the sword, right? And then equipped it and attacked. Feast of Famine might have been the selection. I will Snap Pierce and Ancient Stirrings. I don't think I'm going to Snap Pierce that. Interesting. So don't leave up Snap Pierce again. We can't play the Stoneforge Mystic. We can, like, shock in the Sacred Foundry, play the Giver of Runes. But that means on our turn 5, we can't play the Stoneforge and leave up Snap Pierce. I don't think this Giver of Runes is important enough, so I think I'm going to play Vantage this turn, so I can play the Stoneforge, leave up the Pierce next turn. Although I imagine we're going to have to fire off the Snapcaster Mage. Next turn anyway. Waiting. Waiting to attack my opponent. Opponent come back. Or don't. I'm also fine with that. There we go. Punch. You just have to do this 3 more times. And we have maybe 1 turn covered the Snapcaster Mage. Are there cryptic commands in this deck? No. This is like a much more creature-oriented version. It's a lot of power plants my opponent has. Unsubscribe. Cryptic Man sucks. Alright, we pretty much have to Snap Pierce this. Ooh, a bolt. That's not bad. So, we have 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the worst case for us. Tron land, anything, we die. Or, like, tower, anything, we die. I'm trying to think of other worst cases. There are a lot of other worst cases. If they find Tron, we're probably fucked. If they don't, then we're probably fine. Which means I want to maximize my damage here in case they do find Tron, right? So we just, like, shove everything, including this Mystic. I don't think I want to be, like, putting in sort of Feast and Famine, because if we're untapping with a board, then we probably have game anyway. Then play as if they don't draw a Tron. Yeah, that's basically my plan. The decision point was mostly, did I want to play this Stoneforge and leave up the other Stoneforge to put in the sort of Feast and Famine? I think the answer is just, like, no. Because I don't think the Feast and Famine is at all pivotal to how this game plays out. So I'm just going to punch my opponent in the face. This Giver of Runes can be important, because my opponent could have Wurmcoil Engine. All the sword stuff extra. Yeah, I mean, it just the sword, like, doesn't really matter. Do I want to, like, keep a card in my hand in case of a Wrath, and, like, this Stoneforge Mystic can actually do something? Probably not. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We have lethal if they play a Wurmcoil. Yeah, I don't think we need to play this Mystic. Just want to lift the dream of passing with 4 mana, having the option to Cryptic or Foff. That seems like you want to play a format that isn't modern. Why does my opponent keep, like, tanking so much in their upkeep? It's like the 3rd turn in a row they've just, like, sat there for 26. Holy crap! What on... Wait, hang on. They kept a 7, right? Did they just keep, like, just an unkeepable 7? I mean, that's how we beat Tron, I guess. Yeah, they just straight up kept 7. Alright, now we're gonna lose game 3 here, so that's cool. let's just... Our opening hand is going to be double Ceremonious Rejection, double Disdainful Stroke, and like a Stoneforge Mystic and lands. Probably still lose. Can't be a Nulamog. I feel like Tron players need to learn to mulligan aggressively in this format. Too many Tron players keep 7s that don't make turn 3 Tron. I think that's like almost strictly incorrect with the London mulligan existing. Like, London mulligan is really good for Tron. Alright, this hand... We can't even abrade a map because we're on the draw. I think this hand just sucks shit. What are we trying to draw? Counter spells? Yeah, counter spell. This hand is very bad. This hand is also bad, though. Trying to go on a mold 4. Yeah, I almost lost a game to Tron. A game 1 where they mulled to 4 and their hand was like 1 Tron land, Sylvan Scrying, like Karn Wormcoil Engine or something, and I almost lost that game. It's just obscene, like the level of hands that Tron can keep. This hand is probably worse than our previous hand was. I think I'm fine going to 5. Our force negations certainly get a lot worse the further we go down. But I think we just, at this point, we're searching for, like, some, like, little piece of interaction. Like, yeah, Ceremonious Rejection, or a Disdainful Stroke, or a Force, or something. Yeah, his hand is fine, not great. Gonna ship the Path and a land, I think. Just don't think we can afford to keep the Path and, like, try to Path a Wormcoil. We have a clock, and we have things to try to stop what they're doing, and, like, that's about our whole plan. Am I supposed to aggressively force like a map? Probably not. If we had a blue card that wasn't Disdainful Stroke, then probably. You landed Path, yeah. Just trying to figure out which land. I guess my life total doesn't really matter, so I'd rather make sure my mana is good. I would force a map. Maybe I'm supposed to. Maybe the plan with this hand is just, like, get obscenely lucky. Alright, well, here's my decision point. Is this Disdainful Stroke and a future Force of Negation really going to carry me more than countering this map will? I mean, I think it's just dependent on their hand, right? And, like, we have no way of knowing what their hand is. Do it? Alright, I'm in. Forcing on your Mold of 5 is not my favorite thing in the world. I would not like to pay 2 life. If only we had this Geist in our hand. Man, my favorite's going to be when they natural Tron me. I feel like this hand definitely needs to find Batterskull. We just don't have any lands. Waiting for that tower. Ooh, not a tower. Not a tower either. That's a tower. And a Karn, huh? Not great. They have more threats than ways to find their third Tron thing, probably. Yeah, GG is right. I guess we have one turn to, like, top deck and the other ceremony, like, one of the ceremony restrictions, or the other, Disdainful Stroke, right? To, like, survive one more turn. Because they can't cast the Karn. Because they only have 5 mana here. We're gonna, like, draw Spell Pierce, and then they're gonna hit another land drop and kill me. Cast their card and just ruin my whole life. Or they'll just, like, have top decked the tower right here. Why do we keep pausing my upkeep? What is my opponent doing? No information has changed, opponent. Please just move to your main phase. Yep, there we go. That's the true Tron player way. Alright. Interesting choice. I guess they can't really Karn my Batter Skull. So it's probably fine. Probably could even like Karn plus. Well, you can like path the Thragtusk and attack them for 4. Put them to fucking 21. I would put them to 20. No, we can't attack with the Stoneforge, they have a beast. Are we mapping? Sure. One against Chalice on 3 and 4 with Cruel Control. Christ. I've not seen anything like that. Sanctum. Oh no, the cats are in here. Alright. Classic. Do we just concede now? Maybe, maybe not. I'm kind of down for just attacking into the Thragtusk and trading. They have a Karn, they can just Karn my Batter Skull. Can't really leave up mana here. We're just gonna like cast Geist too. Like path the token if we want. I mean, we're also super dead. We should like go get an Ulamog or whatever, ruin my life. Ugh. Opponent, come back. Please just kill me. Stop taking like 20-second pauses every time something a step changes. I also think the Hexproof should be banned. Bold declaration. Just from Magic. Could have an Ugin even. Better than this Karn. I don't know. Looks like they only have the Karn. It's only just against creatures, right? Yeah. It's probably just an Ulamog. They just need to hit one Tron land of any kind. You make it. Yup. The old ceaseless hunger. Sure. Oh, we're actually going to have to like path this beast, which gives them the wait, no, it doesn't give them a lot of mana, right? They just need to have any land now. Just a new Ulamog. I mean, pretty much. Karn, attack Karn, Angel, attack face. Maybe they'll just, like, not have a land, and then cast an Ugin that gets spell pierced, and then we still don't win. Opponent tanks, looking at their 5 cards in hand, thinking about whether or not they should play land, and then cast their Ulamog. Tough decision. Tanking on what to exile, maybe? Just 2 lands, yep. Can't spell pierce an Ulamog, as it turns out. Yep, gave it a good old college try. Alright, who's ready for round 3 of Magic, or I guess Tron the Gathering? Discovering very quickly that this deck is very low percentage chance to beat Tron. Just wanted to see some sweet matchups where, like, Lightning Bolt is an actual Magic card. Those are certainly the more interesting matches to play with this deck. When your cards have text. Are like they're full of tryhards right now. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. Lately I've been discovering, like, how much just, like, legacy players don't concede when you have, like, deterministic lethal. But, like, have a stupid, like, a combo you have to click a bunch through. Namely Bomberman. Just, like, people just never concede to you. Just have no idea why. Do they really just not value their time that much that they'd rather just sit and let you both waste 5 minutes of their lives? Alright, this hand is not very... good old Azorius Guildgate. Probably, like, fetch Plains, Giver, Guildgate, Giver, Teferi. This hand's probably good enough. Bomberman isn't really clearly deterministic. That's true. But people will also definitely, like, just a lot of the time just not concede to just literally the whole combo. Like, there will be a Walking Ballista in the yard, and you will make infinite mana with an LED, and your opponent will sit and watch. Alright, not Tron. We did it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the not Tron bracket. We just punch, right? Because if they want to, like, kill one of my things, they just target this one, because my other one will be something sick. Hiya! Makes it very annoying. Yeah, Devoted Druid is definitely a similar thing in Modern. Not one of... I want... It's on my list of things. I want to try Devoted Druid Blade. But yeah. Deterministic lethal with decks that you have to, like, click a bunch on a moto. Like, people concede, like, a lot less than I expected they would. It's just very weird. People just really don't value their time at all. Fatal Push me. Dismember? Sure. What? What's happening? Opponent. What's going on? Oh, they're tapping their Overgrown Tomb and it's like paying the black, and then they're trying to pay the 2 life. They have to pay the 2 life first, and then the colorless. Okay. Yeah, like, the combos don't take, like, a huge amount of time. Like, even Bomberman, you can get through in, like, 5 minutes. But just people are just like, maybe they'll time out. I'll just sit here and wait with 20 minutes on each of our clocks in game 1. And then they'll just, like, snap concede so fast in game 2 when they're actually dead. It's like, I really don't understand it. This isn't target player gains 3 life. Wow. We might just have to, like, double bolt this Death Shadow. Oh, we can't. Not this turn, at least. And also that means that they're probably gonna get a double bull range pretty quick. Sacred Foundry go. Do I want to hold up a bull? I probably want the ability to cast a bull just in case, so I'll probably Flooded Strand here actually and pass. We also, like, could just kill them at some point with bolts at their dome. Not when I'm playing, like, 4-color Death Shadow. Imagine with that Wooded Foothills. Yeah, Jund, Splash, like, whatever they played. Ranger of Eos and random white cards. Well, they're dead currently. Unless they, like, cast an Inquisition of Kozilek. Am I supposed to block this? Temur Battle Rage isn't even lethal, right? Like, Cycle Street Wraith Temur Battle Rage is not lethal because we're holding up a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the worst case is if we don't block. Battle Rage Bolt kills me. Does the deck play Bolt? I think we're better off blocking. They need exactly Inquisition to survive, but they wouldn't have fetched Shocked. They know my whole. Oh no, we drew like the Lightning Bolt. They don't know my whole. Become Immense. They play Become Immense plus Temur Battle Rage. Sounds like I'm super dead though, right? Regardless, that's like 1 billion damage. Blocking doesn't beat that. I think blocking beats more things, but I don't know what things it actually beats. In fairness, I don't think they actually. I think we top deck this bowl, so they don't know that I have lethal. So I think blocking's the better plan. I don't think this Giverance is doing a lot. They need Inquisition or they're dead. Yep. Kapow. I feel like my opponent might have wanted to take it a little bit easy with those fetch shocks. I'll take it. Alright. Jund Death Shadow, huh? It's like a grindy matchup. This is a matchup where, like, this would be sometimes this text, right? This deck's played Traverse the Uvenwald in the past. They play Tarmogoyfs pretty regularly. Flew Too Close to the Sun, yeah, for sure. All these other cards seem like they suck. Static cards could be good if they're on, like, Lingering Souls, but I have no idea if they're on Lingering Souls regularly. Are we secretly just a burn deck? We have 8 Lightning Bolts and Snapcaster Mages. I mean, isn't that what Jeskai, like, tempo decks have always been? They're just, like, always just burn decks. Counter burn. My Bornean Rip and my 4 Snapcaster deck. When, like, Snap Bolt's actually really good. Giver is actually decent. I like blocking big fatties. Most of these cards actually feel okay. I guess Geist sucks. Geist sucks against, like, a bunch of big, beefy ground creatures. Like, you can attack for 4 in the air, technically, but, eh. Not in for, like, 3 mana, deal 4 damage, right? Battle Skull swings for 4. Also gains you life. Not irrelevant. Kind of like all these aerial threats and stuff. You know, swings for 4. I mean, a lot of things, but I don't know what you're about to say. Goblin Guide over 2 turns. Ah, I see. So Battle Skull is just a big Goblin Guide. That makes sense. I don't want these Gideons. We just, like, can't even, like, clear their stuff. We have 2 Bantha Exiles versus, like, the Death Shadow Tarmogoyf deck. Are we ever actually going to be able to protect a Gideon? Because we have, like, Spell Quellers and shit. Teferis. Yeah. I'm lazy. And also, I just don't know what's in my opponent's 4-color Death Shadow deck. This is a deck from like late 2018 or something. Is this like still a modern deck? I know Grixis Shadow has been making a resurgence. Mardu Shadow was really popular, but that was during the Hogak days. Grixis Shadow is apparently good now, but I have no idea how these 4-color Shadow decks are positioned. Well, this Batter Skull sucks. This is a solid other 6 cards. Finish the game somehow after we clean the board, I guess. But, like, we can't really clean the board very well. We're like a 8 Lightning Bolt deck versus the Tarmogoyf Death Shadow deck. I think we are kind of like an awkward burn deck. We're like burn and flyers versus Death Shadows. Kind of want to keep this hand. I hate mulligans like the Thoughtseize decks. And this hand is medium-ish. Batter Skull sucks, but like these other 6 cards are very good. Yeah, Giver plus Creature is pretty decent. Giver plus Queller is nice, but we're just gonna get like Fetch Shock Thoughtseized here. Duress, nice. That doesn't take our good cards. Also, what? This is just kind of like Giver plus Gideon's not so bad. Oh, that's fair. Let's play our Giver of Runes. Give some runes. Is there a world where you want Duress in this deck? This is not what I was expecting. So are they just like Death Shadow Zoo? I don't know what's happening. I don't think that you would want even more discount again. I have a lot of questions about what my opponent's doing with their 1/1 Wild Nacatl on their keep 7 Duress 1/1 Wild Nacatl U. 4-color Trade Binder. Do I attack with this Giver of Runes? Life total management is like a weird dance you have to do against Death Shadow decks. I guess no, because we need to protect this. We want to protect the Stoneforge. If they have like a Fatal Push, they get super punished. We're going to have to Fetch Shock with this Mesa, which sucks. We have a bunch of white cards, so just Hallowed Fountain, Stoneforge, get our other equipment. You start with, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I have to imagine this deck starts with 4 Thoughtseize, and then some number of Inquisition of Kozilek. And I can't imagine that the number of Inquisition gets to 4, and if it does, then, like, I feel like you're playing 4 Inquisition before you're playing the first Duress, right? Like, what non-creature cards with CMC over 3 do you want to take that you're boarding in Duress against? Tron cards? Wow, they're super dead. We could just put a Sword of Thieves if I'm on a Batter Skull next turn. Duress taking the spot of Stub, maybe? Yeah. Dismember. Okay, they got it this time. Sure. Don't think I wanted to like Spellcaller that. Don't think I really care about Spellcallering with Dismember. Think they want blue and shatters for, yeah. Stubborn Denial is really good. Is there a world that I get punished for blocking here? Can I just block with the Stoneforge Mystic? What happens to me if I block with my Stoneforge Mystic? They can't, like, instant speed a land. What is this attack? I mean, we could also block with Batter Skull, but, like, they might have, like, a Fatal Push to kill my Germ Token or something. And then I get in the 1 damage for free. I don't think there's a world that I get punished for just block Mutagenic Growth. That's a card that they might play, I guess. I'm gonna take the 1 damage. They got me good. Got mind games. Oh wow, it was mutagenic growth. Block for curiosity's sake. I guess because I want to play a shadow here. I think I'm just gonna Queller this. And then untap, sort up my Queller, hit them, and then like untap my lands. Give them because my Queller will then just have pro black. Just like pro all their stuff. Okay, cool. They died. But like, what if I just put in the Batter Skull and blocked with the Batter Skull? Then what was their plan with the mutagenic growth? Were they willing to just throw away their Wild Nacatl to cast a 2/2 Death Shadow? I don't know. I had a lot of questions about my opponent's deck building decisions and also just gameplay decisions. All right, these are the hands that we build this deck for. Just give her into Stoneforge, but like there are a lot of give her into Stoneforge shells. Come on, just don't play a Tron land. All right, that's not a Tron land. This is just Affinity. All right. Rude. Let's go get our Batter Skull. So Feast of Ammon does not really seem as good against Affinity. Not. Oh, this is. Oh no, this is Wurza. Name Stoneforge Mystic. So we could eventually set up like Teferi bounce the needle to get our Batter Skull going, if we want to do that. If that's something we're interested in. Alternatively, we can just like Teferi cycle on the Mind Stone. Or just Teferi Plus, but I don't really like a lot of those options. 3 cards in hand. We can just cast this Batter Skull on turn 5 anyway. So I'm just supposed to aggressively use my Teferis to draw cards. That's probably correct. The bouncing the Mind Stone gives us the most value because it costs the most mana. Plus get in for 1. And we could just plus. It's definitely an option that's on the table. What card? What are we? What's our game? What's our end game against Wurza? Right, we need to pressure them as quickly as possible. We need to be thinking. We need to be forward thinking. We need to like not get locked out by bridge. We need to be able to stop the combo. I guess the Teferi's already not getting locked out by bridge, but we need to stop the combo. We could like bounce a big Karn Shark from like an Urza if we need to. Yeah, maybe plus is correct. Because this Mindstone just doesn't do jack. Just like kind of time walks them a little bit, but they could have just had like land Urza. Actually, no, because that actually sets them down to 2 artifacts again. Kind of interested in bouncing this Mindstone, honestly. Especially because we have the second Teferi. Guess we could minus. Yeah, because we have the second Teferi, we're not doing anything this turn. Yeah, I'm in for plusing here. Yeah, we don't really. We could minus the Teferi to try to find something to do, or plus the Teferi to have something to do. Like, those are our 2 options. Engineer, alright. Might need to just bounce this Engineer a bunch. Unless we draw like a bolt or something. Actually, they just put Sword in the yard, so bouncing this Engineer doesn't do anything. Bounce this needle, say go. Or actually, I guess we'll bounce the needle, see what we draw. Not great. And then we'll say go. I smell a whir of invention for, I almost clicked OK. I smell a whir of invention for Thopter Foundry coming. You can play the needle because it's free to cast when you're trying to cast Whir here. Named Teferi Time Raveler. Oh, that kind of sucks. This also makes sense because we already have Battle School in play. Yep, we're going Whirring. Can we beat this? We basically can't beat this, right? What does my deck list look like? Do we have a reasonable shot actually beating Infinite Things? No. Draw like a second Giver of Runes. That doesn't really do it because they're just like gaining so much life too. If we had like a sort of Fire and Ice we'd actually not be in the worst position ever. Because sort of Fire and Ice can attack through a bunch of Thopters. But as it sits, they can just make a ton of Thopters. Or are we Whirring again? What are we Whirring for here? Like a bridge? Just to seal the deal? Yeah, looks like bridge. I'll concede to that. I want to see what they get. Yeah, that makes sense. They have a bunch of engineers, so they can just like draw a bunch of cards. See, I guess Mage Teferi. What Paradox World did I go into? Those are the only like very blue things we're doing the whole time. Don't worry. Yeah, Disinfort is good. Disinfort counts Whir. So we want all these. Sadcaster might be good. Sadcaster kills a bunch of Thopters. Is this something that we're doing, though? Is this a real plan? I don't think so, right? Like, if we're clearing the path out of... It doesn't kill Engineer, right? Engineer's a 1-2? Or is this a 1-4? Or if they're already comboing off and making a billion Thopters, like, Sadcaster's like not a good plan. My two present Nactus is going to run, and I can take my casual friends to absolute Pound Town. Nice. Is Rest in Peace a card we want in this matchup? Probably. It's good against like Engineers and the Thopter combo. It's probably good enough. It's like 2 counter spells. Is it a downside or do you find the burn to be better than counter spells in this meta? I don't know. I literally stole this list from one of the 5-0 dumps because I thought it was cool, and I hate casting Cryptic Command. I like the more creature-oriented Stoneblade lists because I think that's where your Stoneblade lists will want to be in Modern. I think the people that are trying to jam Stoneforge Mystic into just like normal blue-white control are not doing it right. I don't think you can just recreate your Legacy deck in Modern a lot of the time. How can you hate casting Cryptic? It's just like so against everything that I enjoy doing in Magic. There's none of it is... What am I cutting? What are we doing here? Lightning Bolt sucks. Geist is okay. So yeah, Lightning Bolt's terrible. So Lightning Helix is just worse. Path. Path might probably better than Bolt. It exiles an Urza or a big construct. Teferis are good. Quellers are good. Geist. Man, maybe we just got the Stoneforge package. Our Stoneforge cards also... We don't have a sort of Fire Knight. So, like, none of these cards are very good in the matchup, right? Maybe that's what we do. Like, Batterskull, like, helps us get a quick clock online, I guess. We could, like... But Feast of Famine doesn't do a whole lot here. 20 seconds. Panic. Panic! Solid hand. Few Helix, Snap Helix yet. No, we played against Tron, Urza. Not exactly the best Helix match. We did play against 4-color Death Shadow, where Lightning Bolts are very good, but what about Jeskai Blade with more creatures in a file? I have, like, Blue-White Creature Blade cooked up, but Force Negations are $1 billion, so I have not really decided to play it yet. This hand sucks. This hand also sucks, but maybe with this opt, I need to. This hand's probably good enough with this opt. I'm gonna miss on the opt, and we're just gonna like just fucking eat shit. But like, I don't think we're going to 5 here. We have like Disdainful Stroke, Teferi, Queller. We're just gonna ship this Resto and be done with it. I'm just saying, as a Braid, Disdainful Stroke. Shit like that. Jesus. What's my top card? Nope. Hey, look at that. Fetching Sacred Foundry here. Problem is that we really need to hit a 3rd land drop. I'm gonna cast Cruel Ultimatum. Man, I drafted the Grixis Cube a couple of times. It's pretty fun. I never built a Cruel Ultimatum deck though. Man, this raid sucks some serious shit with this Welding Jar in play. Guess my hope is that they just have a bunch. They have air. We're just gonna get him with this Disdainful Stroke. Hey, look, good old Azorius Guildgate coming to save the day. You got it, boss. Well, we have Disdainful Stroke to counter their first relevant spell, or Spell Queller if it's a Urza. Engineer. We can just abrade that, so that's fine. Also, we can't Disdainful Stroke it. It might just get the Sword in the Graveyard though, which sucks. I would have quellered this if I could. Yeah, because it usually is just a tutor for Sword of the Meek. Ugh. Wow, we just can't do shit about this, right? Because they have this Welding Jar. The natural Thopter Foundry. What's our plan here? If we like Teferi bounce the Thopter Foundry, we still can't do anything because they just replay it. We don't have like Spell Queller up. Man, if only this Azorius Guildgate wasn't an Azorius Guildgate. Maybe I have to braid the Thopter Foundry and just hope to top deck like exactly the second to braid. Wait, no, then they just have this fucking Goblin Engineer in play. Christ. That's not a good plan. If only I hadn't bought him that Rest in Peace. We also needed to do that. I guess we could also top deck Rest in Peace, in which case I don't care about this Thopter Foundry. Nice. They can like pop some. They can like pop their Wellspring with the Thopter Foundry to make a 1/1 clear Matthew Harry, but I just need to cycle. We seem dead AF pretty close. Hey, rest in peace. We're not dead. Only mostly dead. They can only make like 2, 3 more Thops this turn. Ah, fuck. Christ. What a tilt. That's my day. Man, this has really not been a good day today. Not every day is your day for Magic. That's for certain. The more I play this deck, the more I also just like don't like it. I liked it a lot on paper. I do not like it a lot in play. It's just not interesting to me at all. I don't think Jeskai is where you want to be in this format. I don't really like playing a super I don't really like playing this style of like tempo deck in this format. It feels really clunky against a lot of what is going on. Like, this deck seems like the only thing you ever want to be playing against is fair matchups, I think. Like, we're going to keep this hand, and then we're going to die horribly if my opponent's doing anything even remotely unfair again. Alright, Scalding Tarn's a good sign. Bolt. Opt. Alright, looks like we might have Jeskai Mirror? Might just be like blue-red. Oh, Jeskai Mirror, we did it! Imagine they're probably playing like the Cryptic Command version, though. Oh wow, they're just gonna miss their land drop. Fucking deal. Probably not supposed to aggressively, What the fuck is this shit? Excuse me, opponent? I thought we were playing... What? Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on Bright. Wow, my opponent is also playing a terrible Jeskai deck. As it turns out. I guess I'm just gonna Helix this. I don't think I really need to leave him Spell Queller. Yeah, they're just gonna miss another land drop. Oh, is this one playable than Blade Old? Oh, we have Snap Helix now if we want. Alright. Our opponent actually managed to build it even more. That's honestly kind of what I was thinking. I don't know in what world Brineborn Cutthroat is a modern playable Magic card. Alright. what point do we just get our beatdowns on? Just fucking snap Helix face, start attacking. I kind of want to like get this sort of Feast and Famine in play. But I also like want to leave this like Queller up and stuff. Life's hard. Don't have a lot else going on with the Snapcaster. Maybe we just try to get in. We could force removal on my Snapcaster. But like just snap Helix face, untap, we can like play equip sword. I'm into it. Oh man, our best card. Azorius Guildgate might not be Azorius Guildgate in this matchup. So their hand has to be like 17 removal spells. So maybe we don't equip. Maybe we just play the sword and then play a colony. Next turn we can like equip and hold up Queller or something. So we're just gonna attack. They might have like Mana Leak. They probably would have Mana Leaked like a Snapcaster Mage. Maybe not, because it was like a bait spell. Because I don't really care if they can't Mana Leak a sword either. Spell Pierce. Not exactly what I was expecting, but I was going to play the Colonnade anyway. I imagine their deck has a lot of instant speed stuff because they have Brineborn Cutthroat in their deck. Which apparently gets bigger when you play stuff on your opponent's turn. Yeah, there are kill games that gain you 1 life on ETB. Yeah, we should be playing Tranquil Cove in the deck. What the fuck am I doing? Unfortunately, Mana Screw usually beats Mana Flood. My opponent finds like a 4th land. And for bad times, we're hitting our like 8 millionth land drop over here. Spellcaller is not very good when your opponent has 6 cards in hand, and most of them are probably removal. Like, I probably have to Spellcaller this, and I'm not happy about it. Opponent took Jeskai Flash too far. Like, yeah, they're just gonna like bull my Spellcaller, Helix my Snapcaster Mage, we're just gonna like get bent. Jesus Christ, opponent is going so deep. Can't be Spellcaller, I guess. In case I had the second one. Well, we have this Colonnade, but I imagine they're holding on like paths for it. Because bolt-based removal generally not very good against Celestial Colonnade. What if we played things that don't die to bolt? We have a couple. This Colonnade. Ooh, Spellcaller. How much does the thing cost to animate? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we cannot attack with Colonnade and hold up Spellcaller. I think we're good just passing. They're at 10. Can't get somewhere with these lightning bolts and shit. Got another Brineborn Cutthroat. No, they're just fetching. Breach Emrakul? Yeah, I don't know. What's my opponent's plan when they like go Urza's Mine Expedition map? I guess the same as my plan. In fairness. Got over their opponent. Vendilion Click. Probably just Queller a Vendilion Click. Then if they remove it, like we could just Helix it. Alright, so flooding out horribly. But we can now animate Colonnade and hold up Spellqueller for a path. And then get our Spellqueller bolted and our Colonnade pathed, and then have nothing. Man, that does not sound like a very good plan. I really don't enjoy that plan. Maybe we just keep passing the turn. Try to blue red Delver in modern because I got a 5-0. It sucks. Yeah, I mean, learning a similar lesson and not. Sometimes you can just 5-0 with a ham sandwich. This deck seems sweet. And you play it and you're like, wow, this deck seems a lot less sweet when you actually like play the magic cards. Yeah, I think I'm just passing. They're at 9. There's a better chance we can try to just finagle in a bunch of lightning bolts. Stop drawing fetch lands. We literally have one other fetchable in the deck. We're gonna get Path for free value. I mean, we don't have anything to do with excess lands, so there's probably no reason not to play it. Wow. This is why I fucking hate blue mirrors. Drago, 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 Drago. We should play the Banefire. Yeah, fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we can put him to 1 with a Banefire. No, Izzet Charms. Izzet Charm is not modern playable. Don't let the Phoenix players tell you otherwise. We're getting towards burnout range, so like burn them out range. So we probably want to try to like finagle our way into like hit them with a colonnade to get them lower. Maybe we can play Drago for a little bit. Yeah, sure. You gonna bolt my face or opt? Bolt my face. Ooh, Helix. That's a bummer. Smuggler doesn't work like remand on flashback cards, right? Like if I Quello this and they kill my Quello, they get it back. When Smuggler leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner may cast that card. Yeah, so I don't really want to do that. Helixing me sucks though. It only makes my burn them out playing worse. As a Breach player, I can tell you that Izzet Charm is in fact modern playable. Well, that tells me all I need to know. Certainly. Imagine their hand has to be just like 5 cryptic commands, right? Dang, we had lethal. Lethal. Now we super don't. I was going to bolt the Snapcaster Mage at some point. Like, probably not. Probably not anytime soon, at least. Was asleep where his cat. My cat is underneath the blanket in the corner of the room, and I just saw she's literally completely underneath the blanket, and she had one paw sticking out. And then as I turned around, she like pulled the paw into the back into the blanket. It was funny. Julian, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. We're playing the world's worst mirror. Path Exile. This is a card we can use on a Snapcaster Mage. Is she cold? She's always cold. I don't know how... She's not always cold, but she like likes being under blankets and stuff. Unironically, probably going to Path to Exile the Snapcaster Mage. Must be hard being a Hero's Cat. Yeah, when it comes to like the winter time, we have little clothes, little sweaters and stuff that she wears. Keep her warm in the winter. Oh, another Snapcaster Mage for another Lightning Helix. Alright, do I pick a... I can't actually pick a fight here because I don't have, like, lethal afterwards. I just let this Helix go through, too. If I Queller this, my Queller's 100% chance of dead. I could, like, Queller the Snapcaster and path my own Queller with the trigger on the stack. Like, no way that's right. Alright, so they just let that happen. If they bolt me down to 11, they can attack me down to 9. I kind of want them to use a path or something. I think I'm supposed to Queller this. Stoneforge so far in Modern, Hyper Bust. I mean, there's that middle ground, right? I think Stoneforge is a good card. Playable. Makes a lot of archetypes interesting, but not, like, oppressive or anything. This is a Cryptic Command. But then they can't. Oh, this is a Queller. Alright, I'm in for that. I have nothing but Lightning Bolts in my hand. So this Queller resolves. Targets my Queller. That's fine. I guess I should Helix this. Wow, just straight up main deck negate, huh? Opponent came really prepared for exactly the mirror. That was a weird stack fight. Main deck Abrade? What is my opponent's deck? What on earth is happening? Alright, well, I'm gonna hit him with the Celestial Colonnade now and hope that they don't have a Path Exile anymore. Magmatic Sinkhole negate Abrade, huh? My opponent is going deep. Sure, but it doesn't end up in a blue-red X deck. Yeah, I mean, blue-red X decks don't really seem very good right now. Oh no, my Celestial Colonnade! I've waited far too long! I'm just gonna get Field ruined. Am I supposed to draw a Lightning Bolt and just play Draw Go some more? The ball's in my court. I could just not draw this Lightning Bolt and bolt the Snapcaster Mage. Like, I could just scry to the bottom. We're just like digging for, like, our Geist, right? Geist is just, like, such a fucking beating in this matchup. Yeah. I don't think the burn... I think the burn plan's off the table with the amount of, Lightning Helixes my opponent has cast. I think we're on this plan now. Think I Cryptic this? That is aggressive. Oops. Now we have a second Colonnade to punch him with. Ah, fuck! The second Field of Ruin. All of my plans. Oh, well, now we have a Helix with a Snapcaster Mage. Try another cryptic. Jesus! Opponent playing... World's greediest Jeskai list I've ever seen. 2 main deck negates? Well, Snapcaster sucks a lot for me. I don't want them to have that. And they really want this negate though, right? Because it's the only thing that counter. No, they have this. They have 2 cards that counter my. So I think these are the piles. Maybe I actually give them the bolt, not the helix. Because they might just... If they take the counter spells, then I don't care, because we sit here and draw go some more. So I think if they take the Snapcaster Mage to just, like, snap bolt me and start attacking me that way, then, like, we gain 3 life, and then they have less cards here. That seems fine. I'll probably take the counter spell pile, though, right? Because they can counter my helix. I have, like, a negate and a lightning helix or something, but then we can still find like Geist of Saint Draft and just beat him the fuck up, or just draw like a lightning bolt. Man, I fucking hate the Jeskai Mirror. This is what I deserve for registering this deck today. Tron, Wurza, and then just like the fucking worst mirror match ever. Brightonborn, whatever it is, Factor Fiction, double negate, Abrade, Magmatic Sinkhole, Spell Pierce, Jeskai. That classic archetype. Factor Fiction Modern Playable. It just got reprinted in Modern Horizons or whatever. Was not Modern Playable for a long time. Interesting. What do they take? Yeah, they took the counterspell pile. So they're just gonna counter this. Opponent's hand is a single negate. And whatever card they drew for turn. Hey, this trades a Snapcaster Mage. Alright. So what are we looking at as we continue to play the world's worst mirror match in the history of Magic? What were the stats on that Brian whatever? That was excruciating. I hate blue mirrors so much. It is just unreasonable how much disdain I have for the blue mirrors. What is the stats on Brineborn? Whatever the fuck that card. Do I have to Google search this card? What was it called? MTG Brineborn Cutthroat. Was it a 2-1? It had gotta be like a 2-1, right? Yeah, maybe this Snapcaster is good enough for just cleaning up like Snapcaster Mages or Brineborn Cutthroats. Maybe not. Because what are we cutting? They're playing a weirdly similar deck to us. What does this card do? Red or black? Nope. Disdainful Stroke counters only Cryptic Command. It counters Cryptic Command and Factor Fiction, which are like their card advantage spells, so I think Disdainful Stroke's actually close to a slot. Geist Saint Draft is like insane in this matchup. If you can resolve it, I feel like they have very little ways to get it off the board. Watch you get... Oh yeah, they probably have fucking Keranos on the sideboard. It's for goddamn sure. We should probably board these Disdainful Strokes. What are we cutting down on? Like removal spells? Lightning Bolts? Path doesn't really do anything that we know of. They could have like fucking Restos for all I know. But we only saw multiple creatures, so... Bolts are better because they also go face. Teferi Time Raveler seems pretty nuts. Against like the mono instant speed matchup. Ugh. Just like shave some lightning bolts, I guess. Feels like too little removal though. My opponent did have like creatures in their deck. But like what else are we cutting? Giver of Runes? Giver of Runes is like good against lightning bolts and shit. My opponent just had infinity lightning bolts. What up, K-Ponce? How's it going? Oh, we have 6 seconds left, so I guess I'm submitting this. That classic hand. But, I mean, we have Geist, so probably just keeping. Classic snap creatures hand. I guess we did just cut a bunch of lightning bolts, so that's just getting me going. I hate it with every fiber of my being. Blue mirrors, blue control mirrors are the bane of everything that is good and holy in this world. I'm just gonna slam this turn 3 Geist of Saint Draft and hope we don't get like mana leaked, probably. Depends on what we draw. If we have like other options, I'll hold off on it, but don't hate on my blue control mirrors. They are the worst. Alright, play a tap land and pass the turn, please. Please just let me slam this guy to Saint Draft. Alright, we're slamming this guy to Saint Draft anyway. My opponent didn't show us any mana leaks last game. It was all just main deck negates and spell pierces and abrades and shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the deck also had mana leaks in them, but like we didn't see any, so it's a pretty reasonable plan to just slam and go. So, my opponent could try to flash in Snapcaster Mage, like Snap Opt as an Ambush Viper, but we have Resto to, like, pull our Geist of Saint Draft back out, and they'd only have 1 mana after that, so they couldn't, like, counter my Resto or anything. So, attack's pretty safe here. We just need to play the Flooded Strand. I guess they could also have Spell Queller, which does the same thing. We just flash in the Resto. Hit them for 4. Vendilion Click, alright. Well, my hand is 3 Snapcaster Mages, so... So I can't let this resolve, or else whether they take the Resto. I guess blinking my Geist doesn't do anything, because they're not going to block the Angel anyway, so... Please take a Snapcaster Mage out of my hand, opponent. I don't want them. Oh, they clicked themselves. Yeah, I should have let this resolve and target me, but I guess I'm also okay with that. punish him with the angel now. We draw like a lightning bolt. It's not the worst thing in the world. Certainly not the best, though. Really love something to do with my armada of ambush vipers. Yeah, that's fine. What am I Stoneforged for? Battle Scroll seems just really good in general. My opponent probably has a pretty hard time dealing with it, without like a braid or like cryptic countering it or something. But putting a sword on a Geist seems pretty strong. But we don't have a blue sword. We only have this Feast of Famine. Feast of Famine just gets like double blocked by click plus snap. So I think I'm just gonna go get Batter Skull here, assuming this resolves. They might like quello this or snare it. Probably not supposed to flash into any of these Snapcasters as Ambush Vipers. Probably just want to wait to get value out of them. So there's Stoneforge Mystic, but now there aren't Cryptic mana. Getting my Stoneforge Cryptic would suck. Anime Colonnade into this Field of Ruin, and then we have like Anime Colonnade again next turn if we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Worst case, you could go to the Batter Skull. Yeah. Like, kind of line up. I was probably going to just, like, try to hold up, pick up mana all the time for their braids and shit, but that's assuming, like, I get a Stoneforge to stick. I also could just have, like, Snap Snare for my Stoneforge. Don't really like Stoneforging this turn. Clicked on the right one. Alright, nice, I did. Yeah. You got it, boss. God, I hate blue mirrors so much. Oh no, they have a Brineborn Cutthroat. That play was awful. What, animating the Colonnade to attack into the Field of Ruin? We have a second Colonnade, so like, kind of wanted to get it out of the way. And what was my other play that turn? So now we have this Spell Claw, which makes things more interesting. So now we're not necessarily just jamming with our other Colonnade. Although we could. Just getting a lot of damage, but it's like heavily representing a Cryptic command. They even have like Cryptic plus like Path of my Quellers that could go poorly if we just like Stoneforge, Cryptic, Queller, Path. I made a different line. Thought I had a different plan, I guess. You do you. An actual spell to create anytime in the next year. I mean, we have some. Oh yeah, like an actual spell for my Snapcaster mages. Burning our clock here, down a game. 4 cards in hand. Yeah, we're probably just gonna play. Are we gonna play into it? What's our other plan? Just hit him with Colonnade? Not unreasonable. Sucks that we don't have any more basics. I hate this mana base. Just animate Colonnade, punch them, get them down low. We shaved some of the bolts post-board. Yeah, I think the one turn I probably wanted to flash out that one Snapcaster. I briefly considered it before deciding not to, but I think 3 Snapcasters is like too many. Yeah, I like the Colonnade. Colonnade plays like just like continually has a bunch of stuff in hand. We don't really want them to like get a bunch of value, especially with their like brine whatever. Brineborn Cutthroat. Be much nicer if this Colonnade couldn't just get pathed for no value. There we go. So that's like Cryptic Bounce. Oh, this is just Factor Fiction. Alright. Sure. They didn't leave up Magmatic Sinkhole. Take a look at RP player variety. Mostly like Aether Vial decks. I'm a big Death of Taxes fan. Well, Cryptic Man's probably the best card in their whole deal here, so probably need to like split them like that. We really don't want them. Do we want them to have Sinkhole, Helix, Queller? None of them are like too threatening to deal with. Helix is a little bit obnoxious. But yeah, mainly Aether Vial. But I've been messing with like a lot of different Stoneforge lists in Modern because I really like the card. Played a lot in Legacy. Fulvy Wolf 2, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Maybe I don't want to give them... Maybe I want to split two spells, give them, like, the Helix. Like, obviously deliberating way too much, because I think we're, like, mostly dead. Like, Tarn... Yeah, maybe it's this. Maybe it's their best spell, like, their third best spell. Alright, they take the Sinkhole and the Queller, huh? Gonna like try to race me. Sinkhole does deal with our Colonnade, notably. Queller is a card that exists. Like a lightning bolt over. Makes sense. If they didn't take the Cryptic Command, they already have one. Like another... I don't know, this is just Spell Queller. That resolve, or the trigger resolves. Although they have Sinkhole to Sinkhole my Queller, get their Queller back, Queller my Mystic. Not lethal, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Did do a bolt, I think, here. I don't know, I could like chump block this Brineborn with the Geist. But I was thinking about attacking with it, like trying to put them to 3. What if I quellered my own Stoneforge instead? Because then I have a queller to like block with, and if they kill it, I get my Stoneforge, and if they don't kill it, then like if enough their Fend and click, that might actually like be a play. Queller my own Mystic here, rather than quellering their queller when I know they have a sinkhole in hand. Kind of in for that. Would double snap do anything? I don't think so. Just like playing some ambush fight, but they're at 7. They're not that low. What do they have here? Oh, like another spell queller. I'm gonna queller my queller and my mystic. Might be dead to that. I don't know, they just have another cutthroat, sure. Gonna queller my own mystic here. Oh, they can still do it, because the queller's still on the stack. They can sinkhole my queller and put the Stoneforge back on the stack. Yeah, that's right. That's fair. Yeah, calling in Geist is... Yeah, they have the sinkhole, so we can't just like call in Geist them. And we knew they had the spell queller, which could also have blocked. Wait, no, this doesn't work. Yeah, no, we get the Stoneforge trigger now. That's not how that works. I think we're still dead, but... Feast of Famine doesn't hit the other things. Man, if only we had a Fire and Ice. It's like a minuscule chance we actually win. So we can't attack, or we just die. Kill my blocker, kill me. It's a Blunic. We also... I guess we could top deck, like, a Bolt, assuming they have nothing to, like, counter it. Because, like, we just Bolt Snap Bolt. Braid my thing. We're just going to block here, take 3, 6, 7, 8, still die to a Lightning Bolt. 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 Alright, well, here goes nothing. They have 2 cards in hand in the sinkhole. Bolt you. Snap. Bolt you. Dang. They had it. Alright, so, things that I learned is that I hate blue decks. I continue to hate blue decks. I don't know why I keep trying to play them again, but I don't know. This deck is, I don't think Jeskai is like really where you want to be at all in this format, and especially not like this. That was fun. God, I hate blue mirrors. Blue control mirrors are like the absolute scourge of magic. But no, this deck does not feel like you're doing anything unless your opponent's also playing a fair game. I feel like you're just like too much of a dog when your opponent's like doing anything like remotely bullshit, and Modern is filled with a lot of bullshit decks. Twin mirrors rather than blue mirrors. I'd agree to that. At least twin mirrors like can end. Have you tried the green white Stoneforge decks? Like just a fair Stoneforge deck or the Devoted Druid Stoneforge decks? Because I'm kind of interested in both, but I'm also interested in trying the Devoted Druid decks specifically. I think that's one of the ones I'm going to try out next week. The fair versions. I have not tried out any of them. No. Just like green white D&T or like more of a Maverick deck. I don't really have like a list in mind, but Yeah, not overly impressed by a lot of the stuff that was going on here. Notably, ignoring the mana base. The mana base was already obviously horrendous. Like, I just don't think the things that we were doing were, like, nearly, like, fast enough or to, like, the real power level of Modern currently. I felt like we were real dogs all the time. And just, like, if Lightning Bolt wasn't good against our opponent, then, like, our deck isn't good against our opponent. We're playing 8 Lightning Bolts, right? This deck just wants to queue into a bunch of creature matchups. And the second you queue into, like, Tron or Titan Shift or Urza or Amulet or, like, Dredge or what have you, like, then as soon as your Lightning Bolt, like, does not have text in a matchup, it's just not, you're not going to have a good time with this deck. I was interested in this because it did Dirtle less, because you can use the bolts, like, plus Snapcasters to go face. You're, like, a tempo burn deck, right? But even then, like, it just felt like you're just sitting there spinning your wheels with, like, subpar Magic cards a lot of the time. It's the deck of bad matchups. I'm not a Modern expert, but, like, every time I see Urza, it seems, like, good, but it doesn't seem, like, unbeatable. But every time I see people talking about Urza, they talk about it as if it's, like, the second coming of Twin, and it's, like, a bane on the format, and it's, like, no one can ever beat it. But I don't know. People, especially people on the internet, love to exaggerate, so I guess we will see in future Modern tournaments how good Urza is, right? I've only played against the deck... I mean, I played against the deck twice, I guess, once today, but, like, this deck barely counts. I've only played against it once with, like, the Black-White Eldrazi blade list that I've been tweaking, and I've beaten it, and it didn't feel, like, terribly bad. You just play a bunch of discard in a very quick clock. You are dog to, like, you are stone dead to ensnaring bridge game one with that list, but I don't know. Felt okay. Especially you get, like, stuff like Stony Silence out of the sideboard as well. Stony Silence in a deck that doesn't just, like, go to, like, turn 27 and let them just, like, kill you through the Stony anyway, and can, like, beat a couple of Karnstrucks. Black-White Eldrazi, the home of Stoneforge Mystic. It's the best. I haven't experimented with a lot of Stoneforge archetypes. I've only played, like, 3 or 4 so far, but I've been having a lot of success with the Black-White Eldrazi blade deck. I really like that list. I have a 10K coming, a Modern 10K coming up next month, and I'm, like, a lot of things can change in a month, but I definitely have eyes on picking up the rest of the pieces for that paper and playing it then. But this deck, I'm going to toss it in the trash can and never look at it again. Let's go host somebody, because I'm done streaming for the day. Who is streaming? The 10K in St. Louis. Yep, that's the one. Wasn't planning on going, but then they unbanned Stoneforge Mystic, so I was like, wow, Modern might be cool again. Honorog streaming. Honorog is streaming. Yeah, I have mtgstreams.com pulled up, which is really cool if people don't know what MTG Streams is. It's a website that just, like, if the streamer has, like, the format in the title, it'll sort all the Magic streamers by the format that they're playing. So I can always see, like, everyone that's playing Legacy or Modern or whatever. Sign my Hawks. Sure, track me down at the event. I'll sign your Hawks. But yeah, let's go with Honorog. He looks like he got on about an hour ago. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching today. Sign my whole TNT deck. It'll take a while, but, like, if you want. But anyway, as always, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time. If you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, donate, etc., etc. We're in September for most of September here, so half off your sub if you're a first-time sub. I'm also doing a half-off donation deck list. If you want to see a Modern deck with Stoneforge Mystic in it, you get half off, which means $6 for the donation deck list rather than the usual $12. I think that's everything I need to plug. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, etc., etc. All those links are down below. Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. Hope you enjoy yourselves. later.